Hello, sixth graders. Today we are multiplying fractions. Watch closely with this. The best part about multiplying fractions is you don't have to find common denominators. You do have to do some reducing, but we don't have to find common denominators. Here's your first problem. When you're multiplying with fractions of, you're going to simply use this word as multiply, okay? So 3/4 of 44 fifths, watch closely. This is how you do this. 3/4 times 4 fifths equals what? 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 5 is 20. There's your answer, but now you have to reduce. What number can go into both of these? Let's divide both these by 4. 12 divided by 4, you get 3. 20 divided by 4, you get 5. 3/5 is your answer. Now there's a technique, there's a trick I'm going to be teaching you later on in the lesson, but keep watching closely. 3/5 of 5/8. 3/5 times 5/8. Multiply across, 3 times 5, you get 15. 5 times 8, you get 40. You can divide both these by 5 to reduce them down. 15 divided by 5, you get 3. 40 divided by 5, you get an 8. 3/8 is your answer. 5/6 times 2/3. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 3 is 18. Divide by 2, divide by 2. 10 divided by 2, you get a 5. 18 divided by 2, you get a 9. 5/9 is your answer. If you can multiply, you're going to love multiplying fractions. 3/7 times 2/10. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 times 10 is 70. Well, if I'm going to break these down, I'm going to divide them both by 2. Divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 70 divided by 2 is 35. 3/35. 1/2 times 1/4. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 1/8. 1/7 times 5/9. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 times 9 is 63. You can't break these down anymore, so there is your answer. Cross reducing. Now watch really closely. Before you even multiply, you could cross reduce. Watch closely. 20 times 3/4. Now, how is 20 written as a fraction? Well, I'd write it like this. 20 over 1 times 3/4. That's how you'd write this problem out, okay? Now, I could simply multiply across 20 times 3 and I could get 60. And then 1 times 4 and I could get 4. I could break these apart, divide by 2, get 2. 60 divided by 2, I could get 30. Divide them by 2 again, get 15. And divided by 2 again and get 1. Your answer is 15. I could do all that, or, watch closely, cross reduce. You take a look at the numbers diagonal of each other. 20 and 4, and you have 3 and 1. Watch really carefully with this. Let's take a look at the 20 and 4. Is there a number that goes into 20 and 4? There is. You can divide them both by 4. So if I divide 20 by 4, I'll get the number 5. If I divide 4 by 4, I get the number 1. 3 and 1, I can't get any smaller. Now, I have a new problem. I have 5 over 1 times 3 over 1. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. My answer is 15 over 1, or 15. Cross reduce is pretty awesome. We're going to do another cross reduce. Watch close. Okay. 3 and 1, I can't get any smaller, but I can get these two a little smaller. I'm going to divide those both by 4. 8 divided by 4, I get 2. 12 divided by 4, I get a 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. How many 2's go into 9? 4 and 1/2 go in there. Would you agree? If I check this, 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2. 4.5 is my answer. Let's do another one. 5/6 times 14 over 1. Let's cross reduce these things. 5 and 1 can't get any smaller, but 6 and 14 can. Let's divide these by 2. 6 and 14. 6 divided by 2, we get a 3. 14 divided by 2, we get a 7. If I multiply across, I get 5 times 7, which is 35. 3 times 1 is 3. How many 3's go into 35? Well, 10 do. 11 3's can go into 35 because 3 times 11 is 33. 33 is pretty close to 35, just too short. There's your answer. 11 and 2/3. 1/8 times 5. Your answer? 5/8. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 1 is 8. Multiplying fractions is so easy. 5/3 times 9/1. 5 and 1 can't get cross-reduced, but the 3 and the 9 can. I'm going to divide those both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. My answer is 15. The total number of goals scored by both teams in the field hockey game was 15. Julie's team scored 3/5 of the goals, while Julie scored 1/3 of her team's goals. How many goals did Julie's team score? Julie's team scored 3/5 of 15. So here's the team. Put Julie down here. Julie scored 1/3 of 15. Let's solve. This means multiply. We can cross-reduce, right? 5 and 15, we can cross-reduce these. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9/1. 1 times 1 is 1. So her team scored 9 goals. How many goals did Julie score? Well, we can cross-reduce the 15 and the 3. Divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. How many goals did Julie score? Julie scored 5 goals. Some of you are wondering, hold on a sec, there's 15 goals though. 9 plus 5 is 14. Well, let's read the question carefully. The total number of goals scored by both teams, field hockey game, was 15. Julie's team scored 3/5 of the goals. Julie scored 1/3 of her team's goals. How many goals did Julie's team score? Oh, so I don't think I did that very well. So that's why you read the problem over again, kids. Hopefully you guys caught that. How many goals did, so Julie's team scored 9 of the 15 goals. Julie scored 1/3, so Julie had to be 1/3 of the 9. So if you take a look here, if we cross-reduce these, this would be 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. Julie scored 3 of the 9 goals. That's why you read and double check your work. See you next one. We're going to do a little addering view here, okay? So you'll be seeing some more of this. I'm going to see if I can move this up a little bit, okay? So let's solve this very quickly. Watch closely. It's already stacked for us. We have 5 3/4 plus 2 4/5. We're going to find common denominators. 4 and the 5, they both go into 20. Put them both in 20. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15. So we have the big numbers 5 and 2. The whole numbers equal 7. 15 plus 16 equals 31/20. We have to break 31/20 into a fraction. How many 20s go into 31? One big 20 can fit into 31 with 11 20ths left over. We can't forget the 7. The 7 and the 2 we add together. So we get an 8 with 11/20. That's how you solve that problem. And we have a subtraction problem. Watch closely on how to solve this. We have common is 3 2/5 minus 1 3/5. We already have common denominators, but this 3 is bigger than this 2. To cross this 3 off, make a big 2. What am I going to add to this 2 right here? I'm adding a 5 to it because I took a 5 out of 5 away. I took a whole number away. So 5 plus 2 is 7/5 minus 1 3/5. If I solve this, 2 minus 1 is 1. 7 minus 3 is 4, and 5 is my denominator. Hopefully this helped a little bit. Hopefully cross-reducing wasn't too complicated. Once again, if you are struggling with your multiplication and division, fractions are going to be tough. So remember to study those math facts every night. I look forward to working with you in math today.